quick. Cello really wants to hit him hard, and he finds Shiro down long. So suddenly, despite those pistols, we have Imperial not only with a bomb plant, but with a gun still in the hands of Cello. As he goes hunting, Nafany cuts him off. This deep position on Bank finds him, and all of a sudden, they can just play that clock. C9, they've got this long flank eventually coming through from Hobbit, so respect to Imperial. They come swinging in round 2, and they'll take a little something for it, but ultimately C9 stabilize in the post plant. And Fur, well, maybe if he could have kept that M4 that Cello once had, things would look good.
God.
Maybe if Lady Luck would have allowed that Tech-9 to strike, but instead it's C9 2-0.
He actually played that as best as you possibly could. Flash out the left, peek out the right. His team down with these last few matches. Honestly, in the 9Z game, yeah, they lost, but he actually played quite well on an individual level. Maybe as a caller, he didn't feel like he was that lucid, but there's always time for that to change. And I'm really curious about the CT side when we swap over to talk more about how Imperial staged the victory last time, because I think that's where the magic happened.
And that is kind of where their little bits of comebacks have also occurred so far yesterday, right? It's these questionable T-sides that Kassad and Yanko brought up prior to this one going live, and then, yeah, the defense gives them a little something more to be proud of, but we need to see some early success, and we don't get any in this round. It's burnt down to 25 seconds, and Cloud9 with the appropriate read have 3 players already inside this site. Smoke goes forward onto the front side of it. That could create some cover for short, but Inters peeks first. Hobbit up next, cut down by Fur. Nice shot from Shiro onto short though, and we're gonna stay at the even keel with 8 seconds left. A jump up gets denied. Fallen has to plant. Oh damn, that comes close, but he gets it down and Shiro finds Vinny. It falls on Fallen. He finds a little damage, but neither frag, and it's C9. Mentality here from Imperial. CT spotted and Axile exits. For a moment, he's alone, but Shiro's going to use that as an immediate call to reinforce this A site. And he also rotates up alongside Nafany. So from the 4-man B stack to the 3A setup, and Axile presses in closer.
I like to call this a pendulum attack on the A site, where you just keep one straggler watching the stairs rotation up, and then you put a ton of pressure on long. And if you can get that up off the angle and you can scale, you have a very good A attack. The Bathrooms players, as long as we have Vinny play it slow enough, is going to put his team in a very powerful position. Let's see if Shiro is going to be aware.
Ooh, playing around with nades, but not pressured within that moment. Volley on his feet though, down to half health. But Shiro doesn't give a damn. He's going to keep it ice cold. Cello finds the kill off fire. Nafany still pressed forward, and all of a sudden Hobbit looks to slide in. He's got both. Inside that front sight, destroys the hopes of at least Fallen and Cello, but here comes Bolts into the 1v2. Only 12 seconds left to work with. He needs to catch both these kills. He will not be given a chance to plant. Bolts finds the up-close one first, and now he does have a moment to himself. Inters opts not to rush. He waits, and that bomb goes down. Bolts on half health, dead as he jumps. Inters snips him second chance. He slams Nafany back down into the water, but Short's still occupied by Shiro. Hobbit picks up the kill as well. And so, all of a sudden, Imperial have to double back. It's 2 entries to Cello's name, but no follow-through from the Brazilians. We've got Fur occupying this deep corner. Hobbit's walking in, and if he doesn't check that, he's a dead man walking. Sure enough, Fur misses the first shots, but recovers. And now we're talking double man advantage of 4 versus 2. What seems like the best chance for Imperial's first round win.
No, there's 2 players on islands right now. That's middle of the map control, conceded from the CT side with a player. And this allows for the walkout to take place, and Fur can let him know no one's coming short.
Oh, Axile slides down, not spotted from heaven. Shiro holds his angles, loses his support, and now has everything to do. A little bit of chip damage. He's out in the open, floating, and being given a chance to leave. Short peek, stopped. Fallen in Bolts, and Shiro. Oh, that nade's hefty. So with that, yeah, he's gone. We've got Imperial on the scoreboard. Cello, shout out those 2 kills. It's what got the ball rolling. And then, of course, there's that turning point that could have been Hobbit versus Fur.
Yeah, Shiro is a demon right now, 12-3. with the kills that he's picking up, but it's all about first patience. They read the rotation that Hobbit wants to pull off in the mid-round. Again, preparation, preparation, preparation. You can see he's playing with very little vision, right? He's not peeking into the bottom of the door, covering angles, holding, being very greedy. Instead, he's holding for one specific option, and it pays off. For a flash assist to get on the board, give him a chance. Shiro, ooh, bottom left corner of the scope. It's a bit too far away.
Bolt's just sliding through with that one. Inter's interesting position. Nafany with the FAMAS. Two lesser rifles here versus the majority of Imperial, but remember, early damage could be big. Inter's unknown. He's got a chance. Strikes down the plant, but Vinny's got the double. And Hobbit, yet again, working through connector, falls to Fern. Is still in a playmaker's position. And he hunts. But they've gone long instead. Support inside the bomb site in the form of Nafany.
The novelty of that position where he was getting a lot of information might wear out, and he's actually got to recede into a more regular one.
Ooh, Nafany just slammed by Vinny. Nice entries from Vinny, but Shiro, oh, that second shot could have been, but isn't. And we're already starting to get this repeat performance where Shiro's offering kills and nobody around him can put up those frags, so Imperial capitalize and take a fourth to the scoreboard.
Oh, man. Yeah. 2 maps in a row, and if it's going to be 3, I don't know what to tell the kid to make him feel better. That's a lot to stomach. It's a team game, but when you look at 35 kills, 37 kills on a map, in a game like Counter-Strike where the individual does get opportunities to shine, and that isn't always the case in other FPS titles, it is something that has to be considered. You can't blame Shiro for what's happened to Cloud9 so far.
You know, we go back to that story of Cloud9 as Inters tries to save, you know, this demon that does kind of exist over top of them. Well, Dallas, they picked up a victory. The first time they've ever had a crowd that was rooting for them. For catch Hobbit on those lurks and connector mid-round, but look at this. Cloud9 getting adventurous. They press right into Volts and they find the 5v4, but look at, again, an immediate rotation. They're going to try to sprint this into the A site, and Shiro's position is going to mean that he can only start shooting once they start to come up those stairs. There's a smoke in front of it, 20 on the clock. First one stopped, Cello dead, no trade. Shiro misses, but luckily Axile's right there with him, and all of a sudden Cloud9 swarm. Fallen's on the board, but Cloud9 bounce back 6.
Oh my
but
God.
Not yet at the major. Inters misses a chance to clip a couple players on the side of that tunnel.
Oh, this is enormous. If they don't, they got to re-smoke B again to threaten the fact that they could have crossed. Playing passive in the site. Trying to make it a bit of a honeypot. 3 people here waiting, and that smoke finally comes down, but so does the exec.
Cello comes around, gets caught out by Nafany. He's got support inside of water and another towards Monster. So Nafany just kind of leaning on both sides, waiting for that follow through from Imperial, and Inter's point blank. A double kill as they exit Monster. And now Cloud9's defense starts to hold strong again. It's at least 2 between them and Imperial for now.
Yeah, that was a scary position. It looked like once Inters used his one-way and didn't find anything and fell off into the rotation back into the site, there was an opportunity there for Imperial. But once again, Cloud9 were overstacked a little bit. They wanted the attack to come towards B, and Inters found himself on the wood ball, does a beautiful job straight up on a mechanical level of just knocking down 2 players. And we have seen both rounds. We have seen where Imperial can outgun Cloud9, but Cloud9 not playing kind of as poorly as it were yesterday versus Greyhound. I think the individual level being a problem there was the biggest surprise.
Ooh, for a tough spot. Pre-fired by Inters, so they through Monster. Cello presses in. Flash finds its mark, but Inters slides out and will deny Cello any opening kill. Hobbit saved by his teammate. Imperial on a back foot yet again. Talk about the faster nature of that last round. That's, again, as you alluded to, where Imperial started this map, right? Testing C9, getting the reaction quick, getting those utilities burnt. But look at the grenades C9 sit on here, round 14, and it's nades in abundance.
Yeah, Imperial seem happy to see if they can make it a 4v4 as soon as possible.
Nice smoke comes down from the A site, so supportive utility. One of the strengths of Overpass, whether you like the map or not, is that wide open skybox.
Listen, I don't like the map, I respect it.
Okay. Final few pieces being exchanged here from Imperial. It is going to be the follow-through on the B site. They Molotov what has been an often occupied spot. Bolt's worried about the flank, but it's just a clean stack from Cloud9.
4/5 of the team here waiting once again for the T's to come in.
It's going to be guns a-blazing from both ends. Flash buying just a little shy, in fact. Oh, and Vinny taps it in, but Nafany on short's got another double and enters right into the mix.
We're already into round 15.
Look at Ferd go. Just storming through the bathrooms, wasting not a second, and they could very well get rewarded for this. It's a late rotate from Nafany. 2 members of C9 all the way down long, so round 15, and it's a bit of a Hail Mary. They will lose Fur as he tries to engage towards long. So a retake needed here from C9, but massive weapon advantage. Utilities again on their belt and ready to be used. There's a chance that this bathroom duel goes down the way of Imperial, and that would suddenly take a ton of pressure off of the flank, but it doesn't work out for Bolts. Fallen's in the pocket, the only kill so far, and he hits another dink, setting up Vinny for what would be an unbelievable, near impossible 1 versus 4. The defuse being stuck, and with that, C9 take
the depth to that preparation. So we'll call it as we see it, but for Cloud9, 9 rounds is a blessing. It came very close to being an 8-7 split, but they made it happen. They keep a meter stick between them and their opponents, but now they're looking for a pistol.
Oh, poor Hobbit, blind, but so is Bolts. That flash finding both fronts of the fight. Axile pressing into the pillar. It's nice to see that the members of Cloud9 are fragging around Shiro. It's not that one-man army. Cello, 3 kills. As he finally comes around the side of wood, enters, struggles, and Fallen with a Vinny.
But for now, just overpass would be a big deal.
Oh, Fur. He's got Fallen right behind him. And when you see Fur get kind of gunned down by that rapid playground push, that's one thing. Fallen, whoa, lucky to be alive. Cello's down inside connector. I can't believe he escapes that spray. Shiro gets the damage, but not the trade. And Cello, this could be a huge position. The playground player actually falls back from C9, so it's going to be numbers towards that B site. But guess what? That's where Vinny's comfortable. That's where Bolts will hold. And they lay down that smoke at the near minute mark. Create a little ambiguity. Axile, he's going to test this. He's already ahead of it. And the MP9 goes down. It's little bits of health left. Bolts gets the better of it. Hobbit finds the trade, and Cello's right there too. It's back and forth, and it's Shiro left up.
He's good for a clutch.
He's moving because of nades. He dodges the bombardment. And Imperial now have question marks above their heads. How and where has Shiro gotten off to?
With 35 seconds, you know he's taking this incredibly seriously. He has the health to do it. He knows where the last 2 players are. But can he put together enough pieces to make this puzzle fit?
He's keeping himself low, down at the ground. He gets away from Fallen's eyes. Cello spotted on short side. Shiro, does he re-engage or go elsewhere? He waits, he waits, he waits, he peeks, and he dies! As Cello finds the fake from Cello when he was on the T side in a similar situation, but he's actually gonna find his way between enemy lines. C9 shot in the back, and down goes a bomb. A fire in between him. That's actually going to delay Cello, so he can't help, but Fallen damn well holds that line. Short side falls, and the bomb's still unrecovered. Inters has to try and climb over top. The Bathrooms player is nowhere to be found. Hobbit has yet to deal with Cello. Tech9's out, bomb's down again, and Imperial just won't stop winning.
Yeah.
It's a 2-round lead on the CT side because Cello slices through them.
That's right. Likes 2 people to attack B. Oh my god, the counter boost.
Perfectly timed to catch Shiro, preoccupied with trying to move that bomb by the looks of it up connector. But if they decide to try and throw something at this A site, you better hope to God it sticks. We've got Fallen in the pocket, Fur on long. He'll chop down the first one. And now Fallen runs less of a risk, sits behind the boxes. Nafany catches the rotate, and Fallen back to the top rope, misses the close shot, sees Inters, he gets that frag, and Bolts comes in with a double, but he loses the long player. 3 for Bolts. Such little HP, and Fallen's gonna play it safe. Fire on the site. That shouldn't stop Plant. It's the 3rd player in who will be preoccupied with bomb. Hobbit continues on closer towards the bank. And even though it's low health, you know, Fallen's still playing this safe. He's just got the USP, so he's a little bit timid. A Tech9 that keeps coming at him. It's that killer instinct from Hobbit finally shut down. Fur finds the kill, and now that retake can get rolling. AK's exchanged hands. It's found its way into the palms of Shiro, and he's got to read this situation. Oh, it's fast! Cello so clean! Up first.
Yeah.
He's at the front, and he snaps it down on Nafany. So a slight difference here with that boost on long. They allow for Cloud9 to slide into the presence. Hobbit nearly catching a kill, but in fact, he gets shot down to 39. And Hobbit, he will catch Fur in the end, but Fallen's got a second. And Fallen on this A site does wonderful things, but he's died alongside Fur. Again, it falls to Cello. 7 points of health. That fire's got his name all over it, and it's a great recovery from Cloud9. They burn him out of the corner, and they burn their 11th straight to the scoreboard.
Wow, they actually make that happen. The 2 players dead on the site. Rotators are only left, and it's beautiful from Cloud9 the way they worked that out. Axile, man, the nerve of him to run through that gob smoke outside of Divider and just try to get this kill. Fallen was continuously causing problems with his first 2 frags, so they might be turning more into a smile now. I think they're starting to feel like themselves. Yes, you have to work really hard on the T side, but they have the depth of the playbook. However, Fallen answers again early. Flash to escort himself out. Attack on B is coming. 2 left side Monster here to hold. Vinny with the AK in the back line, eyes forward. No players on anti-flash at the moment. Bolts waiting with a nade out. Vinny with the first spray, it's good. He's looking for a second. Axel falls into the fire. He gets his frag. He gets some information on a second player here in Cello. He has been so aware on the rotation, but he gets tagged through the mid. Inside a connector, Shiro on the hunt, and he gets the kill as well.
That's an exit strat. That's a way away. They can leave. And for a second, it felt like maybe things get too hot, but they hold. Ooh, this one, folks, the 25th. Fallen.
Jesus.
He saw it.
Yeah, but it's information. Pass coming up to the 30-second mark. 1 player quietly walking down into the B site. It's not feeling like a fake. Everybody is here.
Bolts just fully exposed, and yet he holds, but Shiro, you know he's gonna trade. We've got 20 seconds to the clock. It's him and Inters trying to press in, but Fallen locks down Pillar yet again. Shiro, Fur is staring at this position. It's an easy double headshot. But it's not 1, not 2, an entire pack of Cloud9 players inching their way closer to that A site. And nobody shows him a sliver of skin. CT's in the A site, flash above, and they're looking for confirmation. Fallen's lucky. That's a headshot that only does 16 damage. And Nafany gets tagged down to a 3rd. Fallen, quick scope onto Axile. The onslaught's incoming. They press up through bathrooms, and Shiro finds his impact, but Fur, who had gone unchecked, strikes them from the backside. 4v3. Fallen doubles back. Inter's gonna lay down smoke, trying to give himself space, trying to give C9 some sort of a chance. And that bomb going down does exactly that. 2 flashes left for Cloud9. Do they want to go into the bank push? Nafany's holding as all of a sudden this retake gets closer. Fallen, oh, the no-scope into the knees! And Vinny comes through with ease onto Hobbit. Inter's in the clutch. 3 players to take. They've got that bomb planted for Inters. This could be a wonderful moment, but he gets dropped to 11 HP. And all of a sudden, he shrinks, he shrivels, and still he finds Vinny's head. Point blank, hole 3! Inters does it!
Wait. Did he get the defuse?
No!
He got the defuse!
No!
He got the defuse before he died! Seen too many of these conversions. Flash goes high over Monster. 2 players holding on to short control. 2 players searching out the con. Hobbit to hold, but if he loses teammates, he will turn around. First kill comes through, it's good.
And Cello holds, Cello waits. He's being allowed to until Fire finds his feet. It's Nafany at the helm, taking it into his own damn hands. Vinny finds one from above. 2v2 again.
Boost.
This would be big, and who other than Fallen and Fur, but they chase ghosts as Cloud9 slip by.
Ooh.
They leave towards A. They're gone.
Yes, and now it's a long rotation. This was the perfect play. But Cloud9's is still better. They get out of there. Plant goes down. They'll be able to get into good positions. They know there's going to be some time before the CTs get here. But look who's not wasting any time.
So fast. Fires his way into this bomb site. The T's incredibly split. Nafany all the way down long. Shiro back by Bank. Smoke on the play for Shiro. And Fur tries to find a little vision, goes for the run boost as they worry about close corners, but they worry about those wrong corners. It's long where Nafany waits. A tap onto the bomb, and Nafany's gonna try and strike them by surprise. Fall in, imagine. Woo. But Shiro, it's the...
It might not all be in vain, the 3 kills that Inters gets, right? Even though it's the round 1 for Imperial, it comes at a massive cost. Makes it a Pyrrhic victory for Imperial. To some extent, of course, you'd still rather have the rounds.
At this point, maybe rinse and repeat. There's no way you're getting yourself back into that A site. You still have a ton of utility, armored pistols.
No, free kills at best, but you know, you stack the wrong site. Take a bow, hand it to your opponents. They've won the battle. Of course, this is about the war. For chilling in an interesting position here inside the bathrooms, and you know, there is one choke point long, which is totally unguarded, that can allow for a clean escape. Fur's going to hear one running by, and that's actually an AK picked up, which could...
was fast enough. He could have worked his way to B, but unfortunately for Bolts and Vinny, it is going to be them and their pistols, and that alone. Between Cloud9, their 14th round win, and this B bomb site, Hobbit keeps it clean, and he's had some impactful moments as this T side has gone on. Starting it off with Tech 9 kills in short, and following through yet again. So, of course, the poetic moment, 30-round game.
Yeah, 30-round game, baby, let's go. Yeah, this is the only way that this should have ended, and it absolutely could go to overtime. Cloud9 are awake, spotting in this situation, as Cloud9 work the map. And you know they're playing well, because even after watching all these rounds, I can't tell exactly where they would rather end. It certainly feels like some of their most successful hits have been towards the A site. And it looks like now the bomb is leaning in that direction as well, looking to take over long control. Shiro up to bat, and it's actually Fallen who was jump spotting. He doesn't have an op to respond. He was multi-fragging when his riflers were dying in this position.
Right. But again, doing it with that op. He's got a flash primed for Fur. No movement from that B site, man. Imperial, they could very well be finding themselves in a retake in round 30.
It's a matter of moments before this bear trap slams shut.
Hobbit met by a smoke. Now, of course, the trajectory tells them first press close, so his position very well known. Everybody from C9 is going to be coming around that corner and hunting for Fur. Down he goes. He brings Hobbit with him. It's a Fallen 1-for-1. And now the 3v3. 10 seconds. And Imperial comes sprinting up from that B site. 2 from spawn, 1 on connector, and Bolts can't find that wallbang damage. No, sir. Not yet. C9 sitting in the swamp of this site.
Ooh, and they haven't gone back for bathroom control because they're worried about a fast flank. Vinny's trying to play this as slow as possible.
There is 1 flashbang left on Vinny.
It's not an ideal post plant.
Shiro's in the open, looking for the fight. He too on a rifle. Cello picks it up, and who's going to trade sufficiently enough? Axile's got it for now. Bolt slides in. Vinny's got his frag, but Axile's here with another. Now's his chance to shine. Now, right here. And as Vinny closes that gap, time is of the essence. He doesn't have it. No chance. Overtime from Cloud9.
This is the Fur that is on your, just behind you.
There's more than 1 kill to be had here.
It's a minute 30, he's on the steps.
Oh, he gets 1. But Nafany's there to trade. If Nafany's stuck inside playground, then Fur has a chance to reset. But with both T's right there in the doorway, what could have been is not. And all the while, we didn't get to catch it, but Hobbit found Cello.
Yeah, just a standard spray through the smoke, somebody refreshing it. Sometimes with the deep monster smoke, of course, you actually have to have a really good view to watch it. It's really important that you smoke at the back end of the tunnel. The rushes are too strong, but oh my god, the spray comes through. It's actually a bait. There's a foot there. Poor Vinny. There's not really much he can do about that. Nafany's not planning it, but he does capitalize.
Bolts. Now he's going to have to go massive. There's already a player sliding out from Monster. Axile gets the better through the wallbang, and this is a nice clean round from Cloud9.
Yeah.
The real problematic situation, it's Fur deep on playground. That could have been the 2, that could have been the flank compromise, but C9 follow through with that opening kill on Cello, and Easy does it in OT.
Yeah.
So with 11 health, he just empties his grenades into Axile instead.
Vanilla state of affairs here on the A site. Fallen pressing up to help Fur, and we haven't had that kind of setup outside of divider with Fallen in the back and standard kills coming. It's always been Cloud9 finding a tricky way to maneuver into the site and put subversive pressure on these two players.
Op fight, something Fallen didn't have when it came to round 30, and Nafany slides through that bathroom smoke. A distraction served up to the Opera. Let's see what Fur can offer. As he's thinking about going into the long fight, Shiro and Axile just stutter stepping outside bathrooms. Inters is about to walk into that crosshair, but he gets the better of Fur. It's bolts from truck instead. Shiro slides wide, and Hobbit strikes one down at the B site. Cello, he could have gotten the trade here and then gone for the retake, but now he is stuck, pulled in two directions with such a little chance at clutching the 1v3.
Yeah, we need to take a second to talk about how beautiful that play was from Nafany. Frontside bathroom smoke, so he calls out, just like Fallen has been calling him out as well, that he's going to be holding this angle outside of bathrooms. Fallen holds it in such a way that he dodges a flash. That might have been thrown too high on purpose. Nafany comes through. It was never supposed to be Shiro to peek Fallen first, and that's an easy frag for him and the entire site compromised. So Cello, well, look where he's found himself, up onto A, trying to find a kill if he can, maybe scoop up an op potentially for Fallen to take back, but not going to be the case.
Ooh, Fallen.
Oh my God.
Oh no, Fallen.
Oh, head first into that. And he sees so many bodies, but man, this is so hard to react to. It's so early in the round. It means that Cloud9, they could continue forward and be successful. They could go back, and if there's an overreaction, they're successful. And you see them taking this latter option. It's a bunch of mind games happening all at once. This calls for forward.
And Inters, caught falling down a second. Fur, from down beneath, gets man advantage back in the hands of Imperial. What an awkward fight for Cloud9 to try and deal with. And he's going to try to sell this as if he's left. Not the case. He sticks around inside connector. Axile gets all the way up into the site though. Bolts gives him the real estate. Vinny's working with just an SMG up in heaven. And maybe Fur's best efforts will still all be in vain. Unless Cello comes down through Con, finishes the little that's left of Hobbit. Cello versus Hobbit. And it's Hobbit who's got it. Now Vinny, well, you're gonna need three. The lesser weaponry and caught as he looks to...
All the same.
Just easy shadow. Missed shot though.
Great shoulder peek right there. Second shot's bad.
0 for 2, hits the third, but Cello still walks away.
They're playing with fire.
Man, you give Shiro too many chances and you will pay that price. There's a second CT on long, both of which fall back. Add Nafany to the situation, and he's going to chop down Vinny on the forefront of the bathrooms. Nobody there to trade it. And next up is that wounded Cello on 15 HP. But a long play. Fur, he gets past that initial scope of Shiro, and we have C9 getting dangerously close to the bathrooms. They want the fight, and they're trying to take it on their own damn terms. How does Shiro land that? Survives the engagement, and now it's just Fur, desperate on long. Cloud9 have managed to hang on. They've really done it. With Shiro standing tall yet.
In this particular series.
We'll see if he can take that success from overpass and just paste it straight into map number 2. This is Imperial's life at the major on the line, and now map down. A little bit of contest going down on the A ramp, a little bit of fighting towards the B site as well, and that actually draws Imperial over towards B. Vinny snaps it down onto Nafany. He thought maybe he could just get away with holding on the corner, punishing a solo lurch, but that is not the case. It's Imperial to pick up the first one, and it's Bolts inside of this B site. He's gonna find that kill on Axile. Shiro's got the answer, and Hobbit gets lost inside the smoke. So Imperial, well. Oh, this could get weird. Cello, he's found that perfect moment of timing. And he catches Hobbit with a nade in hand, so it goes down smooth.
And now their plans are obvious, right? Hobbit's throwing a fallback flashbang, which makes it very difficult for C9 to organize in good conscience towards the other side of the map, knowing that it's understood. So 35 seconds and they're actually coming back. I actually feel like they're going into a save, yeah. This is a completely lost position from the perspective of Cloud9, a team that will, save for the smallest reasons. But even a team that is a little bit more brave than them, I think they would fall into this spot as well. It's uncomfortable at 35 seconds.
Right.
But what's more uncomfortable is, again, trying to move forward into mid-control, walking around when you know that the only guy who is holding on to A and throwing a flash on his way out is dead. So this is a very confident victory from Imperial, and they search the ramp. And again, it just keeps going back to this one narrative.
He's trying to blow the gun over to him.
I see.
But Vinny will find an additional kill, so while the nades are serving up the
odds to win it, and Fur on low HP, we'll see if it costs him. He's got a smoke for himself, but he actually has to pull that out pretty quickly.
Shiro, he pulled his Molotov.
The molly's not coming. The molly's not coming.
He's going to put it on the bomb site instead. Fur's going to have a chance, and Cello able to hold off on short, but there are still T's watching those sandbags. Oh! Cello with the headshots. Fur's got the double, and Bolt's going deep. Vinny, nade. Ooh, he's going to find an easy shot to the back. Vinny killed Inters in the meanwhile, and they know Axile's stuck on that corner. Vinny, one bullet will get the job done, and then Hobbit rounds the corner. So it's a 2v4 attempt. They get the first kill fast with no additional damage dealt to C9, but those flashbangs stun them for a second, and a second's all Fallen needs to put that off right up close and personal.
Hey, this time Fallen's front line has done what they need to do. I mean, look at the trades on the board. This is 5-0, 3 players dead on round 6 on a full buy here for Cloud9, and they haven't even gotten to the 20-yard line. No chance for a plant for the time being. A desperate boost at the minute mark, and they'll look to see if Imperial makes some kind of grave mistake, but they are nowhere to be seen. Fallen is just locking this off, trained on the angle, nice and passive, but still effective. It'll be hard to break in. Hobbit will make an attempt.
Fur along the wall.
Oh, he can feel it.
Op scoped. Hobbit waiting, looking for the strike. Good Molotov, excellent flash. That flash could have been the solution, but now it needs to be Shiro. He takes some damage while he drops Fur, and he's got the bomb. He's gone. He falls away.
I don't even think he can walk back.
He can run.
Yeah, he can run. I mean, there's a chance that he can get here. 15 seconds, he can die for the plant. Actually,
Imperial's
he can make this
fighting.
happen. Yeah, they're so far back. They're going to play this together. Now, this is smart fundamentals, yes, but at the same time, Shiro is one of the best clutch players alive in the game today. He has an op as well. He's in a good spot. The CTs are going to be a little bit frazzled. They thought that this was going to end on the site that they were standing on.
No, as he made a name for himself, Shiro had that clutch.
One smoke here for Fallen makes this a whole lot more difficult for Shiro. He needs an early kill.
Looking for the frag, but unscopes. It's going to give them a little room to work out. He's going to allow for them to get on site. He saw the shoulder. He hits the first one. And now, again, like you said, that smoke is on the bomb. Fallen taps it, elicits the peek from Shiro, and Fallen wins the duel.
Oh, he puts so much invisible pressure there for that peek to come through. Stands in front of this. Press this advantage. Because what happens if you kill the 2A ramp players, the very natural protocol is to just take over ramp control with your CTs. Do that first, and in that window of time, C9 are attacking the other site. It would take Imperial gambling to be in the correct site at the right time, and they don't feel like they're going to try it. Now, of course, the added benefit of grouping up and going for that protocol to clear out the A ramp is that you get the save as a trio as well, and get some very solid safe positions to do so. There's some economy, of course, to work with here for Imperial, but you can never have too much money when it's 6-1 on the map.
We've got a player again, yet it's Fur.
Oh, he saw him.
Yes, he did. Multiple bodies. Whoa, dangerous game to stop and throw the nade, but he'll find a bit of chip damage and escape with all his health.
Yeah, Nafny tried to press the attack. That would have been the freest kill that you could grab. We saw last round they did a really interesting exec where they actually walked the entire way up the area, no nades, and then exec so that the player in the back of the site died, throwing a nade in response. Looks like they tried to come through with a similar tactic here, but it gets called out. And again, Fur updating info on the ramp is a really key piece of this puzzle. It looks like he might actually find the timing to go deep enough. Late into the sandbags, he sneaks in just in time, and they don't molly it, but they trade him. Fur peaks early. Shiro up. Oh, look at that no-scope. Doesn't work.
Good damage from Cello to find Hobbit in the background. Half of Inters also taken out. Bolts, whoa, looked away for a second, but the Molotov just kind of draws him right back in, and Bolts is offering up some impact. Shiro's going to find another kill. A clutch attempt from Shiro yet again, but this time outnumbered.
Oh my God, he has the ability to leave once again.
He did this.
He's doing the exact same play. They're gonna think, no way he does this twice, but it could be an open site over on B, a second chance. Let's see Shiro work. They're a little bit slow to the rotation, but look, they've already cleared out the ramp, so they're gonna meet him halfway there. I don't think they can rush him down on this plant in case he gets off it, but crossing into the 7-second mark, he plants in a weird spot.
Smoke helps.
He might be able to put this down.
Vinny sprints, a no-scope miss, and
he got
that's
on top.
the one that... Nice to see C9 pick up a man advantage. Nafany looks to make it a second. We do still have Fur on short side. Cello, center of the bomb site. Cello finds Inters first. A lot of bodies coming, and Cello manages to shave off Nafany. Listen, Fur's starting to activate. He's about to slip up Yellow, and Cello goes down, but no need, because Fur comes through with a follow-up, and it's Hobbit in the 1v3, turn 2. Swap to the off, a minute on the clock. Bomb nowhere in his possession. He's working with the health disadvantage, but if Vinny goes over top, he could get struck down by Hobbit. And both those CTs on the right side of this site. Hobbit trying to piece it together. Counter-terrorists starting to peek and pry and look around that smoke.
Oh, he's hoping the play comes to them. We saw Shiro in this position take it towards B. The short re-aggression came through last time. Hobbit is thinking maybe they try to do that. That's how they beat Shiro to the other side. Very surreal moment here for Hobbit, but the bomb down in view, and it looks like Imperial are aware of it. Hobbit has no clue so far.
They split. Vinny makes contact, looks for the second player. Now he's known, but bolts. That's all. Remember, majority Tech9s here, so if he peeks the right player, it could have gone his way, but instead, the other M4 finds its target.
Oh, that's a big find.
Man advantage here for Cloud9, a second M4 for Shiro.
The problem is they don't have any more utility, so they have to attack dry, and Fallen is ready for that.
Strikes down one M4. The second, though, in the hands of Shiro, comes up from short side. Bolts and Vinny back at the retake yet again. They're both playing well, but it's labored. And it's C9 to kind of sneak one onto this layered setup.
Yeah, this boost could displace the boost that they're coming into. Ooh, they'll fall off. It'll rock the CTs, who now could be subject to mollies, which is big. And a couple of those nades are coming through. This is a huge utility dump from the T side.
For sure.
But at the same time, it is, well, actually, to make things worse, it's still early. So I think Imperial will be quite happy to take a little bit of damage, draw out some of those impact bits.
Fur finally mollied out.
Yeah, and he does have a smoke for himself. This is like the first time he's had to use this. Nate could have done a bit more. And he is already in the sky.
Ooh.
And now he's on the ground.
Down he goes. Sent soaring by Hobbit. No contact until that peek comes through. Wow, Fallen. He gets away with such little health, but still more than what Cello's got. You think that prime's an easy pickup for somebody else. Bolts wants to go high over top. And Hobbit
covering. Oh, well
another
done.
one. Clean as can be, as bomb is down on A site. So C9's winning ways continue at the tail end of this T-half.
Yeah, and now money is the primary concern here for Imperial as we get to the 15th. Cloud9 recovering late into the first half, but it can absolutely be considered a good enough recovery. Again, we look at this map and we think, okay, can be. Oh, and this is that Nico walk up here.
Ooh. Nades fall on Nafany. A little bit of aggression, though, into that B site. Vinny can't see a damn thing, but he's alive. For now, those nades chunk him down to 3. Axile actually gets hit by the bombardment from Bolt.
Oh no, Vinny walks into the molly.
That makes things a little awkward, especially with Hobbit in from middle. Catching a clean headshot on Cello, an unusual spot that finds his rotate off guard. But Fur, that's a bomb delivered on the doorstep. They've lost track of Inters at B. Man, there's way too many layers on this.
How did Fur even get here? Nafany's above him on the A site. Fur, he must know that someone is camping this out, but his eyes are forward right now. Nafany coming in from the back. I don't know if he's ever going to clue into this. It looks like his teammate's coming in from behind to try to kill him, but this is a freebie for Nafany. He's about to turn this corner.
Got it.
Fur sitting duck, 35 seconds. They can take it back now. Everybody else on the CT side has died, and Fallen realizes they're going to run away.
Wow, Nafany and Fur somehow just changing positions inside of that. His kick off this T side with a pistol round, and maybe follow through with again some momentum to extend us to Mirage. A map that last time these teams met, they blew them out of the water.
I wouldn't turn down a suitcase full of money either.
Hell, make it 2.
And I better get it 2.
Inters gonna be making the contact towards top mid. We got a lot of nades on Fallen, 2 Molotovs, a smoke, and some flashbangs. But Hobbit, well, he's the man in mid. He's gonna actually skirt back around the side of CT. Cello, ooh, hello, finds Hobbit with his head turn. He'll be caught out by Shiro point blank. It's Bolts up next. The frag meant to deter the peak, and the T's could turn to B. Fur finds one in the depths of this bomb site. He continues with that first half success. An easy plant for Imperial.
They read the reaction. They even caught the first player off guard. That was really nice, man. Listen, I'm biting my tongue here. I just think Cloud9, until they lose, you got to give them odds on Vertigo, but it's looking like a very well-prepared Imperial that are executing just as well. So, Nafany in this retake, well, they've got the first kill. Ooh,
that's two.
This is, a real clutch taking place. However, there's one up in heaven. He nearly hits that last one, but getting a little older. Memory's not exactly there. Inter's here, sitting on the back of default with a 5-7 and a Dream. Not much utility to work with here behind him. Puts down one with the help of Hobbit. But it looks like this might be a calm close for Imperial. Some of the CTs are starting to scurry over.
Ooh, Vinny wants a fight. 5-7's in that lethal range. Ump just as viable, but Vinny just slides into the side of this. Yeah, he's looking for a little bit more. Another smoke down on the floor. Fires into Nafany, but his gun goes empty. And that scout, oh, what a quick scope in from Nafany. Imagine had Bolts take.
That was something more than CS, for sure.
Exile swings out, but won't even catch Vinny. Sure as hell took him low, but what do you know?
Wow.
Inter's also empty-handed. Shiro finally doing something here for C9. They're just grasping at trying to hold on to this B site. A well-placed nade could just blow them away, but that utility's non-existent. All they have is smokes for this retake. And Hobbit's hunting towards middle. He'll find the better of Bolts. That's enough to get the ball rolling. The only player with full health on Imperial is Fur on the other end of the map, but he sees backs turned. He's gonna catch them. He shoots Shiro inside of the spawn. Cello dies on the bomb site.
They're watching the flank.
They need to deal with Fur because he got that first kill. They know that they're compromised. They know they have to deal with this, but Fur's not gonna go down. It needs to be Nafany hunting. He'll find it, but there's still no time.
Wow, him being in that position. Yeah.
The most consistent piece of impact from Cloud9.
Yeah, very salient point, and Shiro gets shoved out of his aggressive option early on. And honestly, for Imperial, that's what they just need to focus all their efforts on in this early round. How do we get map control without getting opped? Because after that, what can Cloud9 do? It only gets harder for him to find openings as the clock bleeds down. Nafany will look to support in this position, trying to peek above the crane, find anything that he can.
Fur pops up.
Oh my God, he sees Shiro.
We've got the util for it. Shiro has to sprint away. He will escape, no problem. That calls in Hobbit. He nearly gets blindsided, but instead given a chance to sprint back into cover.
Now
so
about reading the rotation, Shiro goes up top.
He wants the duel and will find it. Catches Fur, big scalp to take. And Nafany still posted. Nice clean headshot onto Cello, so it's a 5v3 for C9. It is never too late. Half health on Nafany.
Oh, look at that far molly.
Hobbit re-engages, and this is just so much forward presence from Cloud9 that Imperial, they can't even get their hooks in onto this bomb site. Not a chance in hell. Not in round 22.
That was so well handled. It looked like a round, if it went on too long, then it would only lead to Shiro getting pushed back farther and farther, but instead...
But first they're going to go for the boost up mid.
Yeah, with the bomb in this position, 3 out mid. They're going for something interesting here. Shiro, really get back into this. Yeah. Smoked out of the elevator. They have zoned him correctly. This is what they were trying to corral, this rotation. They lock it down. It's very awkward for Shiro to get back with low utility. They've got the CTs watching their flank and elevator, and they're regrouping at the bottom of the ramp. This could be the call.
The last time CTs, they were allowed to continue fighting down, and well, even with everybody distracted towards mid, Hobbit takes it into his own hands to kill Fur. Multiple rounds now in a row that Fur goes down, so his impact from that first half.
They created some tension, but it's been released with that kill.
Good to cut him off.
Yeah, but Shiro's kind of guessing, right? There's still...
Bolts could find timing.
Oh my God, there's so many timings here.
Could he ever? And the CTs, they're only now starting to press into that site. Oh, but Nafany, he'll find that swift headshot. Clamp down on middle, Bolts denied. And with 15 seconds, Imperial, this is going to be a desperate push straight into the fiery Opper. And just when Shiro's expecting his shot, it's Hobbit to hit him from the back. And then Shiro gets into the mix as the waning few seconds will, of course, cast Fallen's future.
What?
He actually gets away with the plant. But imagine if he Imperial just bash him back. Can't let it happen. Vinny, he sees some skin on quad. He's fully tunnel visioned and he almost
saved.
Just almost gets around the corner. The only thing that goes well for Imperial is Bolt's Tech 9 kill in mid. Everybody else just falling empty-handed. Fur finally given a chance where he doesn't die.
Time around, and we'll see what the idea was to begin with.
Hobbit's on the CT side, so there should be a smoke destined for this. And if they don't do it before Nafany comes around the corner.
They get Hobbit back. There's no op here to stop him.
They've got Molly's going over construction. They've smoked elevator. Hobbit's burning. He ran through that fire. He's now, oh no, Bolts! His nade finds the target. Fur gets the headshot bottom ramp, does his own thing on his own terms, and all of a sudden, this is an A-Rap. Shiro, he's gonna have to do it all, as he seemingly does. 2 kills already. Bolt's just gonna go straight for that plant. Shiro, the hero, with a chance at that 4th. It's Cello and it's Fur, it's Inters and it's Axile, and that bomb has to get planted. C9 coming at this from 2 opposite ends. Axile, his chance to shine. He bests Cello, and it falls on Fur. We talk about Fallen's years of experience, but Fur is a legend in his own damn right, and he is playing out of his mind and out of Cloud9's sight. Where has he got off to? No utility. Fur is going to go back up short side. Bombs planted on the front end of sight. And as they get on that defuse, Fur, you have to peek. It's being covered. Oh, he doesn't go, and they stick it for 11. What could have been is... But now, 5 straight from Cloud9 and an opening kill to Nafany's avail.
A little mistake there from Cello. It's a very safe sandbags peek from Nafany. He will take that every day of the week. And they look to keep that pressure on.
Oof. There's a trade back from Fallen, but a missed shot from Shiro. The T's press in, and the bomb goes down. Gets picked right back up. Shiro's under pressure, but it doesn't stop him from finding the mark. Vinny's in the corner, tries to spray up, but it's...
Up the A ramp. Shot missed, but info gains.
Fur's gonna get dropped to 66 right away. Hobbit not allowing for Fur to back up onto Henny. That nade should and does catch a player, but hands busy on Hobbit. Oh, and Shiro's fully blind. The AK upgrade, but the gun goes dry. He presses in, and Shiro holds it. It's a 3v3 with lesser weapons. Shiro doesn't stop. Again and again, he catches these kills with absolute domination. And point blank, he misses that one, but Bolts with a chance, at least gets the first, and dies to the fire of Inter.
Oh, clutch.
Hobbit's gonna press in against the crane. There was a moment there where C9 are playing a little further back. Now Shiro's on that up top. He's low HP, it could be problematic.
He's trying to draw them forward with Hobbit, abusing this crane smoke.
And Nafany over on the short side. Shiro keeping himself here, but down go those last few smokes. They've got 1 to spare, 20 seconds. Nafany's gonna cut off Vinny. Hobbit pressured away to the wall. 2 kills in from Imperial, but Nafany looks to lock it in. It's 2v2 again, and Fallen, the bomb plant, oh, he comes off it.
8 seconds.
There's no time to spare. If Inter stops this, he has a chance. He kills Bolts first. Fallen's right beneath. And all of a sudden, that CT falls. Fallen goes above. Oh, the no-scope's his, but Inter's trades another critical clutch.
Oh, punish.
Oh.
And Axile now on the up.
2 snipers and 3 players left for Imperial. Good flashbangs at least. Axile waiting for his next chance. He's got support on the side in the form of Inters, not to mention Hobbit's here already. Fallen yet again, up and above, damage in, but it needs to be Bolts over from quad. He finds it in the smoke, but Shiro yet again. Bottom stack threw a smoke down and just gave Shiro that extra second to catch a 5v4. And something that's been really difficult for Imperial is getting up to this A site with numbers.
Yes, and that is all CT protocols, not even needing to see people that often, but Cello stays alive, he gets an entry. Oh, and Fallen takes a dink, a little more damage.
Bolts also dropped to 9,
Oh,
so...
It's 4v4, but It doesn't feel like it.
Sprays find their marks, not to mention Shiro. He's just going to hang on to the pocket, finds more damage into Vinny. A chance for Cello to bring it back, but everybody for Imperial so low. There's 6 seconds. Bolts, it is nothing but desperation. He has to whimper away and let C9 open in OT yet again.
Yeah, that was an unreal defense. I mean,
for Imperial, they're going to go pack mentality through mid. Hobbit, he's got that lineup. Tons of damage. Comes out from his cubby, and even Fallen dropped to 11. The USP fades away with the hopes of Imperial's 17th. It ends to the but knows that there's a little pressure to be applied.
this one goes under the scope, actually. Cello doing a little lap here at the bottom of the ramp, and it's Fallen up top. Where is Fur in all of this? For once trying to chill. They're going to throw down the Kinder one way on the ramp. Look over top of it.
Just missed it. Boost though. Boost could be big.
Yeah, they've assembled quite smoothly. Maybe it'll be unexpected.
Cello dishing out shots. Oh, Fur. He's going to slide right back. That almost works out perfectly. Then a dink comes into Nafany. And C9, much like Imperial, struggling to extend up this ramp. The flash is not good. Fallen gets his mark. Shiro takes the trade. And it's man advantage Imperial with a flash at the side of the crane. But Shiro
keeps coming.
An absolute monster. And Cello looks to do the same, but Inters trades it. And Shiro continues to get closer and closer as Cloud9 claw their way to what could be 18. In the smoke is Bolts, and Inters, oh, he gets traded by Vinny. Over the top, Shiro presses in, all the way around, Vinny's able to succeed.
Not yet, Scope, ready to dodge a flash. Leaves his post, I think gives this responsibility up to another CT, but there's a gap in the defense. One will get spotted. Bolts doesn't know if they've crossed up over.
Oh,
now
God.
The B-side's under attack. Vinny goes down.
Vinny just gets left on his own. Bolts now gonna try to bring it back. Inters in the corner. That's his headshot. And a 4v2, an incredible chance for Cloud9 to get that 18.
They went through the revolving door and let them outside and then locked it.
It's all timing.
That is so unfortunate. Honestly, there was a window right there where Fallen left his position. I'm not sure if he was gamed into it. That's one thing. Maybe Hobbit did something on the ramp to draw his attention, and that allowed for the walk-up to take place. But that window was so small. It's not as if the CTs made an enormous mistake there. It's...
Whoa.
Jesus.
Shiro
looking for
not
42.
To pull the trigger. What a world-class performance from Shiro. Of course, it's not over. 5 kills either way. Cloud9 looking to start that return arc from 0-2 to potential legends.
Just painful amount of patience right now, but it looks like the aggression could come from the T side actually first. And look at the sneaky spot that Bolts is in.
He's gonna peek. Oh my God, that's held by Shiro. Fire on the feet, and Inters gets the kill. The utility's there to get him out. It's man advantage. Silver lining, tons of damage. But it's still a chance for Shiro and Inters to join their teammates and hit either of these bomb sites. There are still questions that Imperial will have no answers to. And last time this B site, it got hit around from mid, but a heavy emphasis instead on stairs. They're looking to go for boosts. They're looking to throw themselves right into Vinny, and he catches Nafany on the climb up. Now that earlier damage seems suddenly substantial. Fallen gives up the scope. Oh, his head on a silver platter, but Vinny saves him. And we've seen Vinny kind of underutilized. Hasn't been given many rounds on Vertigo. 15 seconds for C9 to get into this bomb site. And it's Hobbit at the forefront, trying to tap away. Won't find its mark. Burned out a quad.
Vinny!
2 more. Inters leaves Shiro in yet another clutch. But ladies and gentlemen, there is simply no time.
The world. And Fur, he wants some more Hobbit. Listen, he gets that kill, but at a price. Fur already got his on this round.
And also dropped to 9.
Utility is actually so incredibly low from the CT side already. They're running out of the ability to even go for retakes in this position. I don't know if C9 could have counted the grenades to know this, however.
Cello pressing ever closer.
Oh, the flash isn't good. It missed. The flash missed.
It hit the top railing, and with it, Cello given a chance. Shiro, oh my God, through smoke, got a glimpse of the flames. And C9 instead, they've got Hobbit heading into that B site, but there's only 25 seconds. If he's meant to be a flank, he needs to get in here. And Fallen all the while, he's gonna lock down the kill to Inters. Shiro with a chance as he presses in.
Oh,
he saw that burn. Oh! Shiro with 3, and now Vinny's gonna have to get this 1v2 done. It's such little health on both the members of Cloud9. Vinny, he's hunting, he's circling, but he's also getting flanked. Cloud9, they rob. His short player falls back. Damn, Fallen slides back into safety, but nothing feels safe when Shiro's alive. That nade'll certainly help. Take him down a peg or two.
Well, Shiro's still alive, so I'm going to call this a 4v4. Because you know he's keen to get to. Still, half HP for him. Nade's getting juggled. They're looking for some damage on the CTs, and they find some good damage.
Nearly cleaning out the short side on its own.
25 seconds.
Hobbit's gonna start chucking out the Molotovs alongside his teammates. It's utility pressure. Oh no! Fallen blindsided. First still hangs on, 5 health. And Inters, he's got a lot to do here. Bolt is about to climb over. First pressing through. What a play!
What? He comes forward through the smoke.
Big nade.
Oh, no. Goes a little bit too far into the corner. They haven't readied that yet. Last time he caught the boost. This time, Bolts clips 1. That's Hobbit coming out of middle. I wonder what this means for Vinny. He's coming forward into this attack, and he takes down Nafany.
Survives it and goes forward. Last time we saw him sit back, but he looked like he wanted that multi-kill, and there's the damage. Finds its home. Inters barely standing. Bolts in the open, blind as can be. If anybody had come to the top of those stairs, Bolts is a dead man. But he's still hanging on until Axile gets his hands on him. 3v3 with health advantage Imperial. 25 seconds and Fallen blind. Fur right next to him, shoulder to shoulder. Brothers in arms in Brazil. And Fallen gets tagged, bomb crosses. And all of a sudden, this becomes a retake. Fallen's on that close proximity. Inter's pinned in this position. Axile right up with them.
Oh my God, tough move here. What do they do? Inter's holding the right. Axile on full guard. Ready for the move around.
Oh man, he's so ready to strike. Neither is looking. There's no trade right back. Now they start to split. Shiro's got that off covered. Cello, a little damage, but he looks for the offer instead. To drive by on Axile. Looking to run a risk. He saw that. He saw that move back. He's ready for Vinny, and he's gonna know there's another.
Oh, he's looking a little bit crispier now.
Hell of a time to come alive, but what about that from Fallen? Just leans around the corner.
Yeah, we're getting some really interesting mid-round engagements out of Fallen with that off. And some good calling behind it, but ultimately Cloud9, they're in the power position still, I would say. Taking out Axile is one thing. We'll see how this T attack forms at this moment. They want to think twice about using the little bit of utility that they have, and they throw a smoke on Crane because the amount of time on the clock means that it's going to make Imperial uncomfortable to think that they're not welcome here. But the thing is, there still is enough time, and I think Fallen knows that. They can go through with the full exec. C9 officially under pressure.
Oh, that flash! Nearly a second, but there's another. Hobbit comes in from the other end. Shiro, he's posted 20 health. Huge advantage, Cloud9, and with that bomb down, it's them to secure a third OT at least.
At least, and that's with a 2-round lead potential again to end it, this time on the CT side. Fallen whimpers back into spawn, holding this up on 5 HP. Bleeding out at the bottom of the ladder. And now I think it gets really scary. If it was on T side, I feel like there's a chance, of course, that the comeback can take place. And there definitely still is. It's just less so. This is an official go to your darkest place, dig as deep as you possibly can, bring out everything that you got and leave it on the table. Imperial could lose right here and now.
Full-fledged buys both sides, all the nades you could ask for. And it boils down to who hits harder in the 5th round of OT2. Nafany's got this spot locked in. Fallen's walking up. They're gonna call this out. Excellently placed Molotov. He gets away. Fallen. Oh, he follows. And with that, Nafany goes down, but Hobbit still got this position, and there's no follow through just yet. There's no overcommitment. Fallen looking. He saw that. Oh, but Hobbit slides it through the yellow tarp. Fur's up next. It's a second from Hobbit. He has been Axile's right-hand man.
Oh, and he's not even scared as he's walking back. No free frag available here for Imperial. Deep control. Axile, he's been good in the last few. Sharp angle now into the depths of B, and Vinny will actually abstain from this fight, meaning that he has really good information. Axile about to tell his teammates, corroborate that it's going to be an A attack. This could be the final seconds here for Imperial.
They know it. They're holding, and the further Axile goes, the more confident the men on site can stand. 30 seconds between Imperial and that A site and their hopes of keeping this last dance going. Flashbangs pop. They start to press in. Fire placed appropriately. Shiro, he's not needed yet because Axile comes in from the flank. Bolts, he just has to go for it, and it's Axile up next. Cloud9 end it.